From a rough childhood to worldwide fame, it seemed like Chan had finally escaped her past. But things took a dark turn. Controversies, emotional breakdowns, and a recent arrest have caused fans who once loved her to walk away. So what really happened? Let's dive into the story of Chrisean Rock and how her journey led to this fall from grace. It all started with her first taste of fame, her appearance on Blue Girls Club. This was where it all began, a glimpse into a life that would later spiral out of control. In 2020, while the world was stuck at home during lockdown, Blueface came up with a daring new idea. He started a reality dating show on OnlyFans called Blue Girls Club. The show invited a group of women to live in his mansion for a month, all competing for his attention and affection. Among the contestants was Chrisean Rock, a young woman with a big personality and a lot of confidence. From the moment she stepped into the mansion, she made it clear she wasn't there to fade into the background. Chrisean was ready to stand out and do whatever it took to set herself apart. Chrisean wasn't there to waste time, her focus was on Blueface, and she was ready to do whatever it took to win his heart. Her bold, fiery personality set her apart from the other women, and it didn't take long for Blueface to notice. As the weeks went by, their connection grew stronger. Fans watching the show were convinced Chrisean had it in the bag, she was going to win. But then came the twist. Among the contestants was Alexis, Blueface's ex and the mother of his child. That's when things started to heat up and take an unexpected turn. Before Chrisean and Alexis clashed, there was one fight that would change everything. This fight ended up costing Chrisean her front tooth, a moment that went viral and actually made her even more popular. But how did it all happen? It all started on a day that Chrisean would never forget. Alexis showed up, bringing along 16 other women to stir things up midway through the show. The tension was already building, but it reached its peak when Chrisean and had a massive argument. Many people thought Jaden started it, likely because she was jealous Chrisean had become really close to Blueface. There were even rumors that Blueface had been seeing Jaden too, which made things even more complicated. Things got even more chaotic when Chrisean added to the madness. In the heat of the moment, she was only wearing socks, and while things were getting intense, she slipped on the floor and crashed into a small statue. The impact was sudden and hard, causing her to lose her front tooth. To make matters worse, the whole thing was caught on Blueface's Instagram Live and quickly went viral. But here's where Chrisean took a completely different route. Instead of feeling embarrassed, she decided to laugh it off and even made jokes about the whole situation. In fact, she updated her Instagram bio to embrace the moment, showing that she could turn an awkward incident into something funny. Chrisean took it all in stride, finding humor in the situation. She even gave herself the nickname the Big Baby because of her one-tooth look. In an interview with the Shade Room, she revealed that Blueface had offered to pay for a permanent replacement, but she wasn't in a rush. "I just gotta go get it screwed in my mouth, so I'm procrastinating," honestly, Chrisean joked. Despite the drama, Chrisean won the competition, and soon after, her very public relationship with Blueface took off. This moment marked the beginning of a new chapter for her. What started out as a relationship that seemed full of promise quickly turned into one of the most toxic ones we've ever seen. But before I dive into all the drama, it's important to understand Chrisean's past and how the pain she experienced as a child might be the cause of many of the issues she faces as an adult. Chrisean's childhood was filled with pain, much of it caused by her father. He was in and out of prison, and when he was home, he often took out his anger on her mom and sisters. Chrisean remembers how things where he used to take her into the woods, tie her up, and beat her. This constant trauma left her mom struggling with severe depression and anxiety, which led her to rely on antidepressants that were eventually abused. Because of her mom's addiction, Chrisean faced homelessness from the age of 9 until she was 18. But even through all the struggles and uncertainty, Chrisean somehow managed to find moments of joy, pushing through the tough times. Chrisean had always been passionate about athletics, especially track and field. Her natural talent and drive led her to a huge achievement, becoming a Division I athlete. This was her chance to escape the troubled past she had been trying to outrun. While studying at Santa Monica College in California, Chrisean's life took an unexpected turn. She got the opportunity to appear on the Fox TV show Ultimate Tag. Thanks to her athletic background, she went on to win that season and took home a $10,000 grand prize. But it wasn't just about the money. That victory gave Chrisean something even more important, a sense of hope and the courage to keep moving forward. Chrisean always dreamed of breaking into the music and entertainment world. Her big break came in 2020 when she appeared on Blueface's Blue Girls Club. That same year, Blueface signed her to his record label, and soon after, she released her debut single, Lonely, featuring him. The following year, she dropped another track, Vibe, which became a hit with over 5 million streams on Spotify. This success helped her establish herself in the music industry and set her up as a rising star. Now that you know a bit about Chrisean's journey, it's time to dive into the drama that followed. Chrisean Rock and Blueface's relationship quickly became one of the most talked about and toxic relationships in recent years. The first major sign of how crazy things were came when Blueface revealed to the world that Chrisean had broken into his house, hurt herself, and used her own blood to write "I love Blue" on his wall. It all went down on February 14, 2022, during one of their many breakups. According to Blueface, this chaotic scene unfolded after yet another intense argument between the two. Things got even crazier when Chrisean allegedly stole Blueface's Mercedes G-Wagon and used it to sell crack cocaine. Blueface didn't keep quiet about it. He took to Instagram comparing the whole situation to something from the movie Fatal Attraction. To prove he wasn't lying, he even leaked a series of text messages between the two. In the texts, Blueface begged Chrisean to turn around and go home, telling her, "You're about to mess up your life," he warned. "SMH, good luck. The police are waiting for you at the state line," but Chrisean wasn't backing down. She responded with more paranoid messages saying, "Nobody's going to jail." After all the drama, Chrisean texted Blueface saying, "Stop texting me like you're against me." In the end, she returned the car, and not long after, the couple got back together. Then, on March 13, 2022, Chrisean appeared on the Talking Is with Bone show. When she was asked about the blood-smeared incident, she smiled and admitted to it without hesitation. Just 3 months after the bloody incident in May 2022, Chrisean and Blueface were back together as a couple, and as expected, more drama followed. Memorial Day weekend came and things with Blueface, his mom, and Chrisean were heating up again. Things took a wild turn at a family cookout when a fight suddenly broke out and the video went viral. While no one knows exactly what started it, Blueface's mom, Carissa Saffold, and his sister, Kaylee Miller, reportedly got into a heated argument with Chrisean. What followed was a full-on public brawl. After the chaos, Carissa couldn't hold back and took to Instagram to share her frustration. She posted pictures showing her swollen face, clearly showing just how serious the fight had been. Carissa was clearly upset when she took to Instagram, pouring out her anger and feelings of betrayal. She made it clear that her relationship with her son was damaged, writing, "All I know is my son will never bring that person around my family again, and that's all that matters." The aftermath of the fight wasn't just emotional, it left Blueface's sister, Kaylee Miller, hospitalized. A few days later, Kaylee posted on Instagram, sharing her side of the story. She claimed that during the fight, her brother had punched both her and their mother. Kaylee shared her side of things, claiming that Blueface punched both her and their mother in the face. She also said that she and her husband were jumped by several men, including Blueface himself. Chrisean later explained why she fought Blueface's mom and sister. She said, "I fought his mom because she was throwing stuff at me, disrespecting him and disrespecting me then." Just 3 months later, in August 2022, Chrisean and Blueface were back in the headlines, but this time for all the wrong reasons. Blueface and Chrisean were out at a bar in Arizona having fun and partying like they always do, but things went south fast when they started arguing. This time it escalated and Chrisean allegedly threw a punch, hitting Blueface right in the face. The police arrived shortly after, and even though Blueface was the one who'd been hit, he reportedly begged the officers to let Chrisean go. But instead of being let off, Chrisean was arrested and taken into custody. The charges quickly became a hot topic in the media. Even though Blueface didn't get back at Chrisean for the earlier incident, things took a wild turn just a month later when he sucker punched her dad on camera. The video spread like wildfire across the internet. This all went down during a family gathering where tensions were already high. You could tell something was about to happen when Blueface and Chrisean's father started arguing. The situation quickly escalated and Chrisean's father threw the first punch, landing it right on Blueface, leaving him stunned for a moment. After Blueface's punch, Chrisean's dad hit the ground and things quickly calmed down. Blueface was pulled away by his entourage while Chrisean's dad was looked after by family members. Just like Blueface had backed Chrisean when she fought his mom and sister, Chrisean stepped up to support her man too. In a now deleted tweet, she shared her thoughts, saying, "Somebody was supposed to knock that out." Chrisean once shared a painful memory about her father. She described how, when she was young, her father would abuse her mom. "The same dad who got knocked out was the one who would tie my mom up in the woods just to beat her," she said. "Hey, he'd do this because she screamed so loud in the house when he hurt her in front of us. He went out of his way to destroy our whole family," Chrisean wrote, reflecting on the trauma. She added that the same father was the one she met when she was 7. Then, just a month later in September, Chrisean and Blueface were back in the headlines again, but once again, for all the wrong reasons. One night, Chrisean and Blueface got into a big argument that quickly turned physical. Chrisean ended up with a busted lip and a black eye from a punch Blueface threw. The picture of her injuries went viral on Twitter, with many people criticizing Blueface for what happened. But just a few days later, something unexpected happened. Chrisean made headlines again, but this time she took back her claims of domestic violence. She didn't just take back what she said, she decided to put the blame on herself for reasons no one really understood. Chrisean went live on Instagram to talk to her fans about a rough time she went through. She explained that she had a mental breakdown after drinking too much and even tried to jump out of a moving car on the highway. "I had a bad trip with the Casamigos, trying to jump out of a car on the highway," she said. "He was trying to stop me, trying to save me, but I just blacked out." 2022 was packed with so much drama that she couldn't even list it all, but that was just the beginning. In 2023, Chrisean found out she was pregnant. Chrisean and Blueface's relationship took a shocking turn when they got caught up in baby-related drama. The first big moment came during an interview on the No Jumper podcast, where Chrisean made a bold confession. She admitted that while she was with Blueface, she had gone through multiple abortions. Over the course of 3 years together, she had ended at least 3 pregnancies. "This time, I'm keeping the baby," she said. "But yeah, I've had like 3 of them." The podcast episode kicked off with Chrisean being asked about the possibility of her being pregnant again. She was honest, saying she wasn't sure if she was pregnant, but it wouldn't be the first time she faced that situation. Chrisean's words, "If I have a baby, I'm keeping it this time," really stood out. She then shared that she had ended 3 pregnancies in the past, saying, "I killed like 3 of them. I'm ready now." Some people understood where she was coming from, but others didn't hold back with their criticism. When the hosts, B. Simone and the others, asked her more questions about her past choices, the conversation got pretty intense. When Chrisean was asked if it was the right time to have a baby with Blueface, her response said a lot. She admitted she wasn't fully happy with the situation, but quickly added, "I'm not married." Then in 2023, Chrisean announced she was pregnant with Blueface's baby. But her pregnancy wasn't without drama. She faced plenty of criticism, especially after she was seen smoking marijuana on an episode of her show. When Crazy in Love hit the screen, things went wild on the internet. People quickly criticized Chrisean for smoking weed while pregnant, especially since the show was airing on national TV. One comment on X, formerly Twitter, even said, "People defending Chrisean smoking weed while pregnant." Someone called CPS. Some people went as far as suggesting Child Protective Services should step in once she had the baby. But Chrisean didn't let it get to her. She kept smoking weed throughout her pregnancy, and Blueface was right there, supporting her the whole time. So, Blueface took to Twitter to share his opinion on Chrisean smoking weed while pregnant. He tweeted, "A lot of women smoke weed until their last trimester, and it doesn't affect anything. I'm just telling the truth, whether it helps her or not. I'm not biased." But instead of helping the situation, his words made people think he was being reckless. He even said, "I won't lie, if she wants to smoke, it's her choice," and that's when things really started to blow up. So here's where things took an unexpected turn. Blueface, in a move that caught everyone off guard, asked Chrisean to take a DNA test to confirm if the baby was really his. This didn't sit well with many people online, and Chrisean faced a ton of criticism, with some even mocking her. But then, just a few days later, she took the test, and guess what? The results came back and confirmed everything she'd said all along, bringing some peace of mind to the whole situation. After that, Chrisean took to Instagram Live to speak her mind. She shared her worries about the typical way people give birth and gave everyone a glimpse into her thoughts on how she wants things to go. It was a raw, honest moment that showed she's not letting all the drama get to her. Chrisean wasn't letting all the hate get to her. She made sure to stand her ground and put the haters in their place. "Oh yeah, I got the DNA test, and this is his child," she said confidently. It was funny because during their live detective test, Blueface was all about recording everything, but when it came to the DNA test, he should have just supported her instead of creating more drama. Then, just a few months after their baby was born, Blueface dropped a huge bombshell that shocked everyone. He went on social media and revealed that a DNA test had confirmed he wasn't the father of Chrisean's son, Christian Jr. Fans couldn't believe it. The internet was buzzing with disbelief and surprise as the story unfolded. Blueface shocked everyone when he shared some surprising news with his followers on social media. He posted, "Tell me why I secretly took a DNA test, and guess what? I'm not the father. SMH. It's a bittersweet feeling because I was starting to accept it, but honestly, it's probably for the best. Thank you, Jesus." But that wasn't all. Later, he tweeted again, saying, "I can't even pretend I'm happy as hell for months." Blueface had been dealing with the possibility of being Christian Jr.'s father. Despite all the rumors, his initial reaction was uncertain, but now he was ready to speak his truth. This unexpected twist kept fans talking, and it seemed like the drama just wouldn't stop between him and Chrisean Rock. Blueface had always called the baby his son, even stepping in when there were moments that raised red flags about the child's well-being. One time at Walmart, Chrisean Rock was seen holding the baby in a way that seemed unsafe. But things took a huge turn when Blueface went live on Instagram to share a story involving Christian and a friend named Marsh. According to Blueface, Christian had left the baby with Marsh while she went to meet up with another guy. This story added more confusion and drama, leaving fans and followers in shock, trying to make sense of everything. The revelation that Blueface isn't the father of Christian Jr. came as a big surprise, but it also brought a sense of relief for him. Finally, he could move forward and focus on his own family, especially his 2 kids with Jade and Alexis, without worrying about unanswered questions. But things were about to get even more intense for Christian. As we moved into the next chapter, it seemed like Chrisean was facing the possibility of jail time, which had fans glued to their screens. The events leading up to this moment were full of chaos and shocks, leaving everyone wondering what would happen next in the unpredictable drama of her life. In August 2023, while filming for Baddies East, Chrisean Rock got caught up in a big drama. She got into a heated argument with internet personality Vicky, which turned into a physical fight. The whole thing started because Vicky had liked a TikTok post a few days earlier. While the video wasn't revealed, it was rumored to have something to do with Chrisean. Vicky later explained that she had apologized to Chrisean, but Chrisean didn't accept it. The situation just kept getting worse and caught everyone's attention. The situation got out of control when a pregnant Chrisean Rock attacked Vicky, leaving her with cuts and bruises. After the assault, Vicky chose to take legal action, which led to Chrisean being sent to jail. People online had a lot to say. Some supported Vicky, while others thought she shouldn't have spoken up. Blueface also shared his opinion, posting on X, formerly Twitter, saying, "SMH, I told her not to go on that show. Free my son." Chrisean was released, but it was clear she hadn't learned from what happened. Then, just a month later, on November 10th, 2023, things took another unexpected turn. Chrisean Rock's behavior took a shocking turn at a Tamar Braxton concert. She showed up intoxicated and smelling of weed, which led to a heated argument with James Chanel, one of Tamar's backup singers. The problem started when Chrisean was stopped from getting on stage to perform. Things escalated quickly, and before anyone knew it, Chrisean allegedly slapped James in the face so hard that he was left bleeding and even lost a tooth. The intensity of the situation left everyone in disbelief. After the incident, James Wright had to get medical help to stop the bleeding, but instead of showing remorse, Chrisean Rock chose to go on the offensive. She went live on Instagram claiming that people were spreading lies about her. She said, "I've been through this before and I know how these things go. They make up false stories, but honestly, I think it's just people chasing clout. I need to protect my name." However, her claims fell apart when a video surfaced showing Chrisean Rock's actions, revealing the truth behind the situation. Imagine this: Tamar Braxton is on stage performing her powerful song Love and War when suddenly a video pops up. In it, Chris Rock is twerking while taking a photo with Tony and Tamar Braxton. Things get even more awkward when the camera zooms in on Tamar's face. She's clearly disgusted. But what does Chris do? She doesn't even seem to notice. Instead, she brushes it off and keeps living her life, chasing the spotlight without a second thought. However, everything took a shocking turn on April 27, 2024, when Chris Rock was officially listed as a fugitive by Oklahoma's detention correction system, and just like that, the chase for attention came to a halt.